Hello, everybody. What is up, party people? How are we all doing? I love it. Hello, everyone. I feel like as soon as I go live, people just instantly click.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
I think
Very
you're
confused.
like super popular.
That's hilarious.
Why are you laughing?
Mom's got a lot of different belief systems.
Are you gonna
here.
like sit there and tell me I'm lying? Because I know we're gonna really fight on a lie.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
You know.
All right. Well, before any fighting happens, we are going to be doing a live success story interview. So if you guys have never seen one live, we're going to do it now. I have one of my mother's clients standing by, and she's going to give her a quick call. And basically what's going to end up happening is I would really appreciate it if you like up the video a ton, share it out to individuals. One very unique thing about me from other creators is I actually show proof of my work. So I bring the people who worked with us personally, and they talk about their experience in coaching, what they manifested, how fast it was, and the results that they got. And every success story interview is actually already saved and repurposed up on my YouTube. You can access all my social media channels in the link in my bio. And there's like literally dozens of success stories ranging from people manifesting millions to billions to health and, you know, reversals of ailments and money and success and love and specific person, reconciling of marriages, people getting rid of baby mama drama.
My last girl was
and so much more.
She was manifesting her health because she had a lot of health issues.
Yeah. Individuals curing blindness, crazy success stories. It will make your circumstances look about yay big. So I'm going to have her get on the call, and we're going to interview her and talk to her and see what her experience was. And if you guys have any questions, please drop them below.
I'm great. How are you?
Okay, here we go.
All right. Well, I am here. Hi. We are live. Don't say anything too crazy right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. So I will let you introduce yourself in the most way that feels comfortable for you. But I did let the individuals on the live know that you were a client, a recent success story client, that came from my mother, and that you're here to talk to us about a love manifestation success.
Yes. So I guess I'll just go by CJ.
Sure.
That's what I feel most comfortable with. And I did have coaching with Kim, but I did first discover you back in August of last summer. I bought your book. I invested in a couple of courses. And then just to top everything off, I got coaching with your mom, and that was what I really needed. And that's why I have a success story.
Listen, sometimes you need that extra bit of help. Although the resources are very in-depth and thorough, sometimes you need a little bit of a personal touch, even to just have faith. I can definitely relate to that.
Yes, it was very, very helpful to have somebody to talk to. It was almost like calling a family member, and the family members just give you that extra push. Because I can read all day and I can take in the information, but just to really talk to another person.
Absolutely.
I mean, like I said, I feel like it's needed. I would always highly recommend it. But yes, I don't know where to get started.
No, listen, literally wherever you'd like. So basically maybe where I can lead you with in the beginning is tell us a little bit about what you came to us with. Like, what was your issue? What were you trying to manifest? And maybe even how long you were doing it on your own. And then what we can do is we'll slowly break through just like the very course of action of as you went through coaching, this is what I eventually got. And I know, I'm pretty sure at least, but correct me if I'm wrong, all this success happened in like 60 days, approximately maybe?
Yes. So I got the coaching in November, and I manifested my partner in unexpectedly end of December, so less than 60 days.
Less than 60 days. And it goes to show, once again, I keep saying it and I scream it from the mountaintops, success does not have to take time. Any coach that's telling you it has to take time is maybe a coach that's like, I don't know what they're doing, actually. I don't know what they're doing, actually. But let me be honest with you. Success doesn't take a long time, provided you're willing to leave the excuses at the door. How about we say that?
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, success does not take time if you leave the excuses and the circumstance mountain at the door.
I like that. Check it before you come in.
Yeah, check it before you come in. Check your baggage before you come in. And then you'll be golden. You'll be like 30 days in and out, 21 days in and out.
That little mini vacation,
Exactly. But anyway, I will let you go. I'm already taking over here, but I want to hear this story as well. I know I've been a part of your journey a little bit in the back end, but
yes, you have.
I'm excited to hear it regardless.
Okay, so I first discovered the law of assumption community in 2020, kind of like after, I don't want to say after the pandemic, but around that time.
Okay.
And I did have, just almost like everyone else, I had coaching with others, and I wasn't seeing success. I mean, affirmations like I'm a baddie and stuff like that just wasn't getting me anywhere, or just being told to repeat the same thing over and over. But when I discovered you last August, I had spent 2 years trying to manifest a specific person, and at the time, I felt like that was as good as I could manifest in. I felt like this partner was, even though they were really bad to me, I felt like I just like most people, I just want this person. This is the only person.
Right.
But when I started to come across your work and your success stories, I discovered the equation. I bought your book, and it really changed my perspective on everything, because you really push for self-concept, and you also push for breaking the story down. Like I said, I really used your manifestation equation, and it really just opened my eyes to a lot. It made me realize that I'm not too sure if I still want to manifest this situation. It wasn't good for me, but I did spend 2 years trying to make it a healthy situation. And it was very, very exhausting. So by the time that I got to you, I did want to start fresh. I did want to start new. So like I mentioned, I did buy a few of your courses, and they were very, very helpful. I started to feel really good about myself. The negative situation was still in my life, but I feel like I had already mentally checked out, and I was starting to get excited about the idea of having new love come in, because before I was thinking very small. I was thinking on a small scale. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna, I made that list of my dream partner, just like a lot of other people have. I made the dream list. This is what they have. This is how I'm treated. I wrote my new story. I even, kind of created like an alter ego almost. And I would tell myself, well, this version of me doesn't have love, doesn't have issues in their love life. This person is easily committed to everything that was going wrong in my current reality. I was telling myself the opposite. I was like, no, actually, I had my dream partner. I was taking all of the notes when I was in your courses, and I feel like that really got me on a good path. And then I believe it was in November, I decided to get coaching with your mom, and you were on a few of the phone calls, but your mother really, I felt like I was talking to my own mother. She was just,
you can borrow her if you want.
Sorry.
You can borrow her if you want. I could just send her over.
I feel the love, Persis.
I would love to, actually. Yes, and it's just talking to your mom was a breath of fresh air, because although I was already aware of, a lot of the work, it's just coaching, of course, with the right coach, which I'm suggesting you and your family. I really don't recommend anyone else. I don't know. It's just you all explain the why. That's very important to me. I'm a very logical person. So anytime, your mom would give me affirmations or some structure as to, how to change my thought pattern, I would also get the why I'm doing this. And that's something that I know you've mentioned in the past is, you can't really tell somebody to say something over and over all day. And I'm also doubting it because I don't know, how is this going to work?
Yeah, exactly.
Are the words magic? So that's something that really got me the success that I have now is because, you all are telling us the why behind it, and it makes sense. So that's what also gave me the confidence with the coaching and with the phone calls, because I'm like, hey, I trust that what Kim is telling me makes, I watched all your success stories, so I already knew that it was going to work. But it also helped me to believe that I can also be a success story. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna continue to help you on course. But no, I want to pop in even for a second. Coaching,
okay, sure.
Coaching is something that if you have the ability to get, I personally feel like, and I would love to hear your opinion, that there's nothing that beats text coaching. Nothing that beats it, because if you have an ability when you're having problems or difficulties or just need some more personalized touch to be able to text your coach
or a kick in the butt.
Yeah, and to just have them text you back, and because they've already led so many thousands of people through success, maybe in your heightened state of emotion or awareness, you may be like, this is the end of the world. I don't know how this person's going to help me. But when you have that level of touch, like that high personal level of touch and coaching, to be able to text someone who's already led people through that successfully an umpteen amount of times, and to be like, here you go, this is the problem, this is a solution, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to fix it. And then within that day or the next day, you just feel that overwhelming sense of relief. Or maybe sometimes it's even instantly. There's nothing I personally don't feel like you can put a price on that, because it just provides so much mental clarity and peace of mind. And that is something that is just truly priceless. To have someone who just knows the answer and is like, here, that's, I don't know.
We're solving for X.
Yes, and I agree. It brought me so much relief because at the end of the day, we're all human. We have those moments where we panic or we freak out or something in the 3D is scaring us. And I felt like I was going on a completely different course, texting Kim or giving her a call versus just doing it all on my own. It felt really good. And I already had the confidence in Kim because, like you mentioned, you all have so many success stories. So I was already confident that what she was telling me was helpful and it was going to benefit me. So I highly recommend. What I don't recommend is don't wait until you hit rock bottom. I think you said that in your videos before.
I have said that.
Do not wait.
Yeah.
Do not wait.
Rock bottom to get coaching. I suggest you get it even when you're feeling good. You want to be in a good state of mind, but I definitely wanted to say that. Don't wait until you hit rock bottom to get coaching.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. So I want to ask you a couple questions, and if anybody has questions, please do leave it down below. But basically, to summarize your success story is you came in looking for SP situations. After you built yourself with a couple of my programs and personalized coaching into this supreme level of, I am that girl. I am that it girl. Mm-hmm. This is who I am now, which literally just being the best version of yourself and female empowerment, male empowerment. I want to motivate and inspire and uplift people to believe in the highest version of themselves, and that whatever that highest version looks like for you and whatever that version of you has, you can have that now, provided you bridge that gap. That's what we call
you to show up like that.
Show up like that. That's what we call quantum leaping. Is doing it when you feeling abundance before abundant happens. You know what I mean? Feeling love and feeling appreciation
before it shows up.
Before the love comes in to do that for you. Not waiting for the thing to feel that or to give yourself permission to treat yourself in a certain manner.
Show up in that highest version.
Yeah. So my question for you is, as you came in, you built yourself up, and then you ended up manifesting this dream partner of yours that literally is just above and beyond your expectations. Where do you think, what would your piece of advice be for individuals who are stuck, or maybe if you were to just give advice to the version of you that started coaching, what is a piece of advice you feel like you could pay it forward to when it comes to other people?
I would say my biggest piece of advice is to know that that version of you that has that money or that dream partner, dream relationship already exists. And one of your success stories actually helped me. She kept mentioning borrowing faith. So I would borrow faith from my future self.
Oh, that's nice. I know you're talking about.
That's my thing. Yeah,
I love that.
I would imagine, how would I, and also capturing the feeling of relief. I think that a lot of people think that once they do get the money or the career or the new SP or their previous SP, they think they're going to be jumping for joy. That's not the case. Today, I feel very relaxed. I feel very relieved, very calm, very trusting, very knowing. I'm not fearful. I'm not anxious. So to not be long-winded, I would just say definitely borrowing faith from your future self. And you have to feel the feeling of relief. I feel like when I first came into this community, I was really anxious. I was looking around for my manifestations. Just live life and focus on loving yourself. All the energy you would put into an SP, just give it all to yourself. And I think that that's all that I have. I was just borrowing a lot of faith.
Listen, sometimes you gotta borrow faith.
I was watching your success stories over and over, and they really just, on the days that were rough, on the days that I was upset, I would lean on those. I would lean on your videos. I would lean on the conversations that I had with your mom in coaching, and it really, really helped me.
It's designed to help you. You know what I mean? It's designed to set you up for success, because that's what we want out of every single client, is to be successful. To even just take a small deviation here, when I worked with my guy who did even the cancer reversal, I'm not sure if you saw that success story where he reversed his cancer diagnosis in literally 4 days. It reminded me of Neville Goddard's Barbados trip situation, but he came back and I provided him the framework, and it's like, I couldn't even believe that he did it so fast. You know what I mean? But he borrowed faith. He was like, I have confidence, Persis, because of how confident you are. Like, I'm not confident, but I take your confidence and I apply the teachings and the mechanisms based on your confidence, because the way you show up, it's like nobody could ever tell you anything that the law doesn't work. Exactly. And that's the type of energy that I needed. And I'm like, yeah, because literally nobody could tell me anything about it not working. And I think that that's such an important framework to think about, which is borrowing faith. I think she said it very elegantly, whether it's borrowing faith from your higher self. I like to also borrow faith in the version of, if we were to talk about my quantum physics, the reality where, they hate your guts, they love you, they, don't want anything to do with you, tapping into that version of you, remembering on a quantum level, every permutation of reality exists simultaneously. It's all about literally just tapping into that feeling of relief and borrowing that faith of, how would I feel, think, believe, act, walk, talk, dress? What is my routine like if I already had it? Trying to actually operate from her, because sometimes if you're operating from the version of you that is depressed, miserable, anxiety ridden, and doesn't have good self-confidence and self-esteem, at the end of the day, it's going to be really hard, because you're going to want to go all the way to the end. And the thing is that you're going to get discouraged, because where you are now and where you need to be is so radically different that you're like, how am I even going to get there? But the best way to get there really, really fast is to literally one step at a time. My 1% better daily, trying to tap into that feeling of when you wake up in the morning, afternoon, evening, getting into that version of you. Trying to see and challenge yourself, how long can I hold that version of me before my autopiloted state of being kicks me out? You know what I mean?
Right.
And trying to put yourself back into it and catch yourself until that starts to be your predominant state of being. Trying to become more aware of your deficiencies and actually put hardcore time, energy, and effort to feel, think, believe, and assume differently about what you want. Because if there's one thing that's non-negotiable, you have to be willing to let go of the pain. You have to be willing
Absolutely.
to let go of the past. You have to be willing to let go of the way that you are seeing things and being open to seeing them differently. You know, being open to feel differently. Because if you're trying to look for a magic pill that allows you to continue to stay stuck in a victim mindset and still get what you want,
Nope.
I have been the leader of the victimhood parade, and I can tell you confidently, I wasted almost 3 years of my life leading that parade, and it doesn't end in results. It doesn't end in results, and this is just the most kind and empathetic way that I can try to hopefully shake some people out of that. Is I held so much resentment in my body wanting the law to take into consideration my past and how I had been traumatized and how I had been hurt and the people that had come into my life and used or abused my kindness or let me down. The universe cannot take into consideration your personal traumas and how people screwed us over, as terrible as it is to say, like, pardon my French.
I completely agree. I felt like I wanted the pity party, and I just got to a point where I was tired. I mean, I had been trying to call things in for years, and I just got to a point where I am done. I am in my new life. I'm this new person, and I really took everything seriously that I got in coaching, and I buckled down on my thoughts, the way that I saw myself. I really did the work. You really have to be tired of your old story.
You gotta be tired of it.
Step into the new one. You have to be sick of it.
I say it all the time. You got to be sick of your own BS. You got to be sick of it. You got to be so sick of it. You got to be like, if I validate this story one more time, I'm going to puke.
There you go.
I can't do it no more. And that's the thing. It's almost like, as terrible as it is to say, and I'm not trying to impose a limitation, but too often people are trying to search for reasons outside of what's already been given. But the thing is, and I was a victim to that as well, and that's how I know how everyone's brain works. And that's why I've come up with this page where it's like we have everything already out here to educate yourself in such a high level. But you won't believe how many videos I clicked on, how many books I read, and the amount of hundreds, if not thousands of hours and, books that I literally just went through. At the end of the day, you have to think, feel, believe, assume, expect, create that alter ego, alter identity, have that death of your ego, your past self, and recreate this new avatar of, even if things didn't work out in the past, this is how I choose that they work out from here on out going forward. I don't give a rat's patootie about how things happened in the past. I am fiercely, internally claiming my future again and again because I know manifestation is not fake. Like, I know that it's real. I see too many people having success. If someone's on my page and they're still not convinced about manifestation, they may not go all in because it's still theoretical to them. But once you tap into the belief that, no, this is real, if I keep claiming it, it has no choice but to come. It literally, it's almost like a contractual obligation. Because otherwise, what you're saying is quantum physics is exempting particular humans on individual application basis, like how I make these jokes of a little old lady sitting in a cloud and reading people's applications and, denied. It's been 3 months, denied. You live at a distance, denied. You have this, denied. And that's just not the case of what it is. It's literally, if you do this, you get the shiny object at the end of it. And it's just that simple. The only way it doesn't work is if you don't do it, or if you do it in a way that is maybe disingenuous, where you're trying to trick the universe and then peek out the window and be like, Where is it now?
Yeah, don't be double-minded.
Yeah, any minute now. I love this so much. Well, listen, I think everyone in the comments, they're just honestly happy. They're very, very happy. They love the conversation, but they don't have a ton of questions here. So I don't have too many questions for you. Is there anything else maybe you would want to give as a piece of advice or a recommendation to individuals trying to get to, I guess you can say, honestly, the level of happiness and fulfillment that you have been able to achieve? What would you tell people to do?
Oh my gosh, more than one thing. So the first thing is to be open. For years, I just had tunnel vision on, I need this specific thing. I need this. Then after I started to really work on my self-concept and what I deserved, I became open to having a fresh start with someone new. And that's exactly what came in literally the next month. So I know that a lot of people are just really, really glued, or I think you call it like a white knuckle grip on a certain manifestation or a certain SP. Just be open to things working out even better than you expected. It's possible that someone even 10 times better will come in. So I opened myself up to that. And something that I wanted to incorporate these teachings into my everyday life. Yeah. So one of your methods that you already share publicly is just the self-talk method. I think that people should normalize talking to themselves out loud. So anytime I drive, I'm talking to myself and reminding myself and my brain of who I am today, so that I don't go back to those old thoughts. So I just remind myself, okay, this is how love works out for me. This is how money works out for me now. This is how weight loss works out for me. So constantly, don't make it work, make it fun, and make it, silly. Just talk to yourself, check in with yourself, and stop paying so much attention to the 3D and what's going on outside of you, because you're creating everything around you. So just tap in with yourself more than everything else outside of you.
And I have maybe one or two more questions here. I feel like I already know your answers, but I'll let you handle them before I let you go. But I think a question here that came in is, what clicked for you that made you believe? Let me know. What do you got?
What clicked for me was I sat with myself in silence, and I thought about all of the things that I thought about so much or feared that came into my life. So, okay, if I can call these things in negatively and I assume these negative things and they happen so perfectly, you know what? I'm just going to assume the very best in every situation, and it works just the same as the negative side. So absolutely, that is what clicked for me.
I love that. So do you feel like, and I think you already answered this at the beginning, and I think we're both on the same page about this, but so many people ask, robotic affirming or trying to tap into a more embodied feeling, which one helps you more?
I can't do the robotic. It gives me anxiety because I don't know. I like to have fun. So again, my personal method would just be the embodying and just reminding myself throughout the day, oh, this is me. This is, I'll give myself a fun nickname. Like, I don't know, give yourself a fun nickname and say, I don't know, Sasha Fierce, she has the best love life ever. Like, she gets engagements easily. So just give yourself an alter ego and remind yourself of what that version of you gets. I would say embodiment.
I love that. And I prefer embodiment. Robotic affirming just seems taxing and tiring.
My girl's doing inner conversations, like fun.
I love inner conversations.
She's like, that is the best thing for her.
Love those. Oh my God, they heal my soul.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden some good questions are coming. So I'm going to give you, I think, one more. And I know we appreciate it, but how do you stop yourself from getting upset over the 3D?
Honestly, I allowed myself to cry. I allowed myself to be angry when things in my old life would come up. Yeah. And it tried to deter me. So to be honest with you, I allowed myself to feel those feelings of being hurt and upset. We're still humans at the end of the day. Right. But I wouldn't hold on to it. Yeah. So I process it. And again, I'd cry, and then I'd release it and let it go. And I go back to reminding myself, you know what? This is not my story anymore. goodbye. That's it. I would just
Yeah.
remind myself, it may be showing up like this right now, but that's not true for me anymore. This is not how it works for me anymore. You just have to continue to correct yourself and remind yourself of how things actually work out for you now.
Yeah.
And just allow yourself to feel those feelings. I mean, you're human.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. I do not agree with just being delusional and pretending like things aren't affecting us, because on a subconscious level, even if you try to lie to yourself, your brain is very intelligent. Unless you're really just good at delusional affirming or delusional manifestation. That's not really what I teach and preach here. I want people to process their emotions. I want people to heal how their heart has been hurt in the past, because I am a firm believer of, if you were to imagine a beach ball on water and just trying to push it underneath the water, you may have stamina to hold that ball underwater for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But what I think delusional mentality does is eventually your arms are going to get tired. And as soon as you move your arms to give it a rest, that ball is going to pop right back up. If we do not address the demons that are in our mind, the stories we've told ourselves, and the subconscious pain that's there, the subconscious is dictating at any given moment in time what you're attracting. If you want to attract more, it's not to say that you can't manifest without subconscious reprogramming. Some people are not that deeply hurt, and some people don't need a lot of work, and that's great for them. But for a bulk of individuals that I think find this work, they're trying to find a way to never be triggered, to never bring up uncomfortable memories, and to just feel at complete ease. And what I want to start to normalize, and what I've been normalizing for over a year on my page, is it's okay to feel temporary discomfort for a long-term benefit. Because at the end of the day, if you just try to put horse blinders on and pretend that the past never existed, you're probably a very intelligent person. And there's probably no part of you that actually believes that. And you might even be delaying your manifestation by trying to act dumb in your mind and pretend like this didn't occur. Now, for some people, they can literally shut it out. And that's great for them. If that's your method and that's what brings you success, kudos. I don't think it's the best way to deal with things. And I would never want to personally even risk, because I would get anxiety trying to ignore something and then be like, oh, but did I ignore it hard enough? What happens if it comes back when I'm finally in that marriage? Yeah. I would actually have anxiety trying to go down that route. I would rather just rip the Band-Aid off now, yell, cry, scream, and then actually just reprogram myself and get what I want in a permanent manner. I'm not here trying to get people like 1 week successes.
Temporary.
It's not a temporary thing.
This is long term.
But yeah, right. I really, really like that. Let's see. What else do I have here? So what happens if you don't want to open yourself up to a new SP? Well, see, here's the thing with that. She has opened herself up to a new SP, and this is a great disclaimer for individuals who are just stuck on a singular person. I have a great masterclass called the SP Journey Masterclass. You can click it in the link in my bio if it calls to you and if the description is something that beckons, you. But basically in that masterclass, I tell you everything you need to do and the journey. Like how Law of Attraction has a twin flame journey. Well, I called mine the SP Journey. And if you can do what's in that masterclass, you have every ability to get a specific person. But the thing is, some people want to hold on to a specific person, but refuse to think and feel and expect differently. And like any of that differently regarding the person. They want to hold the toxic version of them in their mind and still get the healthy, healed version. They want to ignore their self-concept and get the person to treat them like a queen or like a king. And I'm not here to tell you lies. I'm here to be honest and just truthful. There are certain what I refer to as cover charges you need to front to get an SP. And sometimes it is a very taxing and difficult journey. But if there's one thing that's true is if you don't want to start prioritizing yourself and improve your self-concept, and you refuse to stop paying attention to circumstances and problems and the old version of them, and you refuse to see them differently, you will manifest for the rest of your life and have nothing to show for it. Nothing but empty hands to show for it. Because that is what is required, my friends. That is what is required. And for some people, maybe they don't even want to put the effort in to change it, because once they feel good, they're like, the only thing that made this person special was the pedestal I put them on. Now, for some people, they glow up and they say, you know what, I still want to try to change how I think of that person. And they do it. And they are successful because they did what they needed to do. But those cover charges will never change. So I created that masterclass as almost like a morals and ethics chapter, that I don't want to mislead people to think that you can still get to an SP if you're not willing to do that. Because whether you come back in 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, that will still be the cover charge. So I don't want women wasting some of the greatest years of their life, and maybe they want to be a mom or they want to start families, but they will not see this person differently. In that instance, I would want to, as a friend, as a mentor, say to you, you kind of have to, or you're risking missing out on something that you really want. Because that will never change. And that's just something that I wish and I hope and I aspire that more coaches incorporate, like morals and ethics of what is actually required. Because too often people waste, and I say waste in a very open-hearted manner. It depends on how you look at it. I saw the years for myself as a waste, so that's why I'm referring to it that way. I wasted years of my life waiting for the law to, like I said before, accommodate for my traumas. If I could have just sat down with myself and had someone give me a stern conversation and be like, do you want to see it differently or do you want to stay stuck? Which one is it? Because you can't have both. The door is open or the door is closed, but it's not both things at the same time. The light is on or the light is off. It is not both things at the same time. I would have gotten my head out of my ass a lot sooner. You know what I mean? And so that's my morals and ethics, that for some people, if you don't want to open yourself up to new people, you don't have to, but you are still required to do what is expected of you to get to that next level. For some people, it's attainable. For some people, they want to. For some people, they don't want to. And everybody's journey is going to be different. And it's all still amazing, because even though she came in with a specific desire, she actually got above and beyond her expectations. And
yes,
you know, that's incredible. At the end of the day, I do believe that we all just want to be loved and pampered and cherished and spoiled and just like filled up with like all this wonderful security and safety from a partner. Now, if you can embody that with your SP, absolutely amazing, do it. I'm not telling you no. I'm not telling you it can't be possible.
You just have to think differently.
But you are required to do those things. You know what I mean? And we love love. Absolutely. I love that comment. We love love. Exactly. We're all lover girls and lover boys deep down, really. I mean, did you see that trend where it's like, I'm a lover boy, I want to be in love, you know? I'm a lover girl, I want to be in love. That trend was made for me, actually. I'm convinced of it. Oh my goodness. But listen, I really appreciate you coming and talking on with us and sharing this story of yours. I don't think you have anything else you'd like to say, but if you do, I want to make sure you have an opportunity. Oh, go for it. Go for it then. I want to make sure you have an opportunity.
I remember Kim saying how, you know, if you want radical change, you have to think radically different. And I wanted a new life so bad that I just did the work.
Yeah.
I'm coming from, in my old love life, like I never got flowers. I was never publicly claimed, you know, I was never posted on social media. No one wanted to commit. I mean, horrible, horrible, horrible. I mean, ghosted, all of those things in the past, to now I have a partner who, you know, I even used to manifest. I had this thing where I used to always feel like I only manifested in partners that were long distance. Mm-hmm. The funny story is my I don't want to call my partner, because I don't want to use SP, but my partner, she was in a different state when we first started dating back in December. But a bridge of incidents happened where, you know, I changed my story. I don't have long distance relationships anymore. I get to enjoy my partner. I get to go on dates. I get the whole package. So a bridge of incidents happened where now she's here with me.
Yeah.
And so I'm not lonely. I remember I used to call Kim. I was like, I'm so alone.
I remember.
Imagine your person there with you, and I did. And now my person is here with me. We cooked dinner together. I just told her I was on a phone call. I told her, I was like, I'm on a call right now. So she's upstairs waiting for me, cooking dinner. I mean, I'm literally, it's completely the opposite from the treatment I would get before. I mean, we're planning trips. She posts me on her social media. I mean, I wrote in my iPhone notes one day, I was like, I am the woman that gets to show people what I did or what I got for Valentine's Day. And I get to, you know how people just, show what their partner did for them. So now I actually get to do that. I got to post what I did for Valentine's Day. I get flowers now. I used to never get flowers. Everything I used to dream of and hope and want in a partner, that's what my current partner is. And she's also into law of assumption, and even she will correct me sometimes. I'll say, oh, my neck and my back hurts. She's like, no, you're feeling vibrant, your body is getting healthier, you're strong. She actually corrects me as well. So I just want people to know that it's possible, and it doesn't have to take a long time. That used to hold me back as well. I used to feel like I used to whine to Kim and be like, oh my God, like, how long is it going to take? And is it going to change really fast if I change my mind quickly? And the answer is yes. The quicker you get on board, the quicker it'll happen.
You're a whole new human now. And look at that. You literally paid like this much money, and look at the level of satisfaction and happiness and fulfillment you have in your life right now. Too often we sleep on that, bro. We sleep on it. And man, I'm just so happy. I'm like, what? We did that? That's so great.
I remember when she had, when you were going out, remember you asked me about, should I go out on dates or should I go out, you know, and
what should I do?
You felt like so awkward, but you didn't, you know what I mean?
And I kept telling Mom, I was like, I don't know what she is so worried about. She looks great. She's going to go out and she's going to be like I couldn't relate to what she was saying. She was worried. And I was just like, I don't know. I just want to be everyone's hype man and hype woman, I guess. But I really love it.
I really want people to really get very specific about, you know, their dream career or person or whatever it is. Be very specific, because, you know, I thought it was impossible to get someone that lives here, you know, that is a healthy partner, that's vegan, because I'm vegan as well. My partner is so crazy. She's also plant-based. So I'm just like, this is crazy. This stuff works. I shocked myself.
I'm shocked, damn it. I'm
like, you can hear me smiling. I literally get to go upstairs to my partner and just enjoy my relationship. I mean, even if we've gotten into, we never argue, but even if we have misunderstandings, like, again, I always wanted a partner that I can sit and talk to them about it. Yeah. We literally work everything out. I have a partner that doesn't want to lose me, and we communicate properly, and I can express my feelings. I can express my needs, and
I'm so happy.
This is so different than your first call. I don't want anybody
to waste their time.
Oh my God.
I want people to really get on board now, and I'm literally living the life of my dreams.
I'm so happy for you. And when you texted me like last week I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, and this came in December, but I really wanted to share my success with you once it was a few months in. I didn't want to say, hey, I met somebody yesterday. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to say, hey, Kim, my partner and I, we have been stable and together for almost 6 months now, and it's getting better and better. And
I'm so happy.
Listen, you deserve all the happiness. I remember, now that you like also reminisced on it, I remember you were definitely in the not so greatest place and you know, definitely very lost, a bit insecure, a little bit like all over the place in terms of your education also. And we came in and it's like, it's amazing. Do. Like literally just, it's funny. I see someone, I think about the Arnold things sometimes.
Oh yeah, Persis doing her curls.
We practice the little
dominant story.
The dominant story instead of the other one. Or sorry, the non-dominant story rather than the one that was dominant. And if we just change our mind about things, if we just stay firm, if we just stop wavering, if we just continue to back ourselves and things of that nature, if you continue to stop placing your circumstances on a pedestal, because every day that you show up and you say, I can't have this because of this reason, the universe or your higher self or however you want to put it says, okay, I'm going to keep showing you that that's true.
Yep.
I'm going to keep showing you that that's true. You said that he can't be with me because we are at a distance.
Long distance.
Okay, great. I'm going to make sure he breaks up with you and cites distance as the reason.
Yeah.
And it's not, once again, to frighten anyone, but it goes to show what I'm trying to teach is the power of your thoughts. The more you keep putting onto a pedestal and feeding the same thing every single time, do not be surprised when your reality is very cutthroat with you, because it takes things as literal. If you keep validating that old story, I'm sure there are so many people in the comments who can say, I was in a situation where I kept thinking that he was going to leave me. I kept thinking that she was going to cheat. I kept thinking that I wasn't worthy of this. And then I was shown that. It goes to show in the chicken or the egg, too often we want to put the blame on the person that hurt us. That person did hurt you and those feelings do matter. But if you want to unravel this metaphorical big ball of yarn, if you continue to sit every day and say, I know he's going to cheat. I know he's going to cheat. I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And then it happens. Sometimes we have to look at ourselves and also say, are we the problem? Like Taylor would say, you know, are we the problem in this situation? Because the common denominator of why relationships are breaking down, well, we were in all of them. You know what I mean? And there must be some subconscious pattern that's holding you back or that's causing you to self-detonate. And until you undo that, you will be stuck. Not because I want you to be stuck. I want you to succeed. But it's just like, this is just brain chemistry. This is how the brain works. Whatever we think, feel, believe, assume to be true, whatever we are identifying with, if I'm a person that says love can't work out for me, I promise you it won't. If I'm someone that says money is hard to come by, I promise you it will be. If I'm someone that says every time I look at a cupcake, I gain 10 pounds, I promise you will. Because the mind doesn't know the difference. The brain, if there's one thing the brain cannot do, is it cannot give you discernment. It cannot give you discernment. It doesn't know the difference between that truth or lie. So even if something feels like a lie, keep feeding it into the brain until it feels like a truth. Your brain will soak it up either way. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. I love this conversation. All right. Well, I am going to let you go. I know you have been with us for a minute and I don't want to keep you from your partner any longer. So I will let you go and have an amazing rest of your evening, but definitely please keep in communication with us.
Let us know. Let me know.
Invite us.
Oh, I will. I have plenty more success stories.
Excellent.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
We're going to be waiting for them.
We're going to be waiting for them very eagerly. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for coming on. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. You got to go for a call, so you have fun.
Yes, I will go for my call.
And we will talk soon. Okay. I will do maybe 1 or 2 questions here for individuals and go from there. I will pick out a couple of questions that I feel called to, and we will move from there. I think I saw something. What if I want to be a CEO but can't think of a business? The thing is, if you tap into your CEO energy, try to ask yourself, what do I see myself becoming passionate about, or what would I like to do on a day-to-day basis? What is something that lights me up and fulfills my soul? Because the thing is, we will show up for our passion 100 times more than an obligation. CEO is a nice title, but there are a lot of CEOs that aren't present in their business and they just see it as a means to make money. But if you ask them to go to work, they're like, oh, this is awful. You want something, in my humble opinion, that lights you up, that fulfills your soul. That is something that it doesn't feel like a job for you to show up. That's my humble opinion. How can I move forward in life? When feeling stuck. This was a great live. I'm telling you, you spit facts. I'm just doing God's work. I'm just trying to be Steph Curry with the shot. I'm just Eminem. Right, buddy? Okay, perfect. Sorry, getting back to what I was trying to say. How can I move forward when feeling stuck? Depending on how and where you're feeling stuck, I would honestly go back to my advice of a 1% better daily. How can I support myself and be the best version of myself, or pick one area of my life or of my self-concept to get 1% better on every single day? Too many people sleep on a 1% better. Even if you're at rock bottom, 0. In 90 days, if you just challenge yourself for a quarter of the year, 3 months, to have hardcore consistency and due diligence and check your excuses and circumstances at the door, like how we started this live saying, you can be from single to engaged. You can be from broke as a joke to 6 figures in the bank account, 7 figures in the bank account. I had a woman work with me in 30 days, manifested 7 figures. I had a gentleman who followed my teachings, manifested 3.5 billion with a B, billion in cryptocurrency. These teachings work as efficiently as you do. The way I put it, that's my gift. That's my, art of explanation that everybody praises me on. And I'm so grateful and thankful, because I do feel like I have the gift of speech and the gift of being able to explain things in 100 million different directions and to be passionate about getting people those results. But at the end of the day, I can bring people to the water, but you have to drink. I know I have a lot of people out here that are thirsty and they want those results. These results come as quickly as you shifting your mindset, as you feeling differently about having what you want, as you stopping your incessant need to be in a situation where I have to keep validating all the things that are in my way. Because every day you show up and you say, he hates me. The universe says, yeah, he does. Every day you show up and you say that maybe he doesn't like me or he's not invested in me. Yep, here's another reason for why he's not. Imagine if you can just be in a situation where you decide, that's not my life anymore. My life means more and it has more value than that. I can show up in a big, powerful way, and I can decide from here on out, I don't give a hot damn about how things have worked out in the past. This is what it is from here on out. And I am going to hold myself accountable to remain diligent in that and to remain disciplined. Too many people want to ride the fence and dip their toe into this video, dip their toe into this video, be the person for an hour, and then spiral for 3 days. I want you to spiral as many times as you need to get that gunk out of your system. But at the end of the day, we have to be disciplined. Imagine if you were going on a fast. Do you know how people fast? They do like juice cleanses or meat cleanses where they cut out any types of meat in their diet and they go on some type of a cleanse or some type of a fast. Fast from your circumstances. Fast from the importance of your circumstances. Fast from your self-deprecating talk. Fast from all the reasons that it's going wrong. And start to feed yourself the opposite, because there is an element of trust you need to have in the law. The law is a law, is a law, is a law. Anyone who tries to convince me that their circumstances are super, uber, duper, like extra, special, what I'm trying to say is it works the same way in Vietnam as it does in Canada. It works the same in New Zealand as it does in the Dominican Republic. This law is like gravity. And what I'm trying to say is if you're going to try to sit and spend your hard-earned time saying that Persis, my circumstances, they're just too special. What I'm trying to say is I've not seen you float recently. That's what I'm saying. I've not seen you float recently. When you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the ground, you don't go and bump your head on the ceiling. So you can't mean to tell me it don't work. What you're telling me is I want to have my cake and eat it too. I want to feed my doubt and still get what I want. Tell me how I can do that. And what I'm saying is if that's what you're looking for, I don't have a place for you here. I only have a place if you're willing to do that work, if you're willing to free yourself, if you're willing to back yourself, if you're willing to start to accept that it's not a fluke. Mindset dictates 99% of one's ability to be successful because there's only so much action you can take on a day-to-day basis, even as millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires. It's mindset first. When your mindset is in order, the action that you need to take will naturally come next. You will be called to do that thing next. It won't be something where you're like, how can I plan my action? That won't be the case. How do I get into one-on-one coaching? I only have like 3 slots left for the month of June. That's a good point. Thank you for bringing me back to that. If you have a desire to personally coach with me, the link is in my bio for my coaching and mom and dad's. Everyone's getting success out their butt. So, whatever it may be, you could pick your person and go forward with that. If you need a payment plan, you can still click the link in my bio on my website and go to the terms of service section of the website and just send us the information of what package you want and your starting date. And the starting dates are just available underneath the package, situation. So, what else was I saying? I think I was saying a lot. Anything else you want me to add here? Any pieces of advice? How did we like this live? How did we like it? Oh, I will say one more thing while I look for the last feedback. In case you are not aware, my coaching structure, my business structure, my offers are changing. All of my manifestation equations, my previous programs and everything like that will be taken down and those groups will be shut. I have a brand new program coming out hopefully in a month's time frame where this will be the new offer. And so it requires closing that down. So that's what it is. I wasn't here for the whole thing. Do you record these? I do, and they go up on my YouTube page. So if you want to click the link in my bio, that also has my YouTube page. It's just the same name, Manifest with Persis. So why are you changing the programs? Because I'm now working with a manager in a company that has a desire to take my business to very big heights so that I may achieve certain goals personally and professionally. So they will no longer be available for those reasons. How do I act when I see my SP in person? Like you would act as if they were already in love and obsessed with you. Will the prices increase? They will. We are having too much success at such a high level. And to be honest with you, I have a desire to teach at an even higher level. And things just need to change, unfortunately. They just have to change because I can't keep teaching at lower levels. Even as I spend money and invest on my education and to become the best coach that I can possibly be, I want to teach at those higher levels, but it's going to require that level of investment to get into that coaching container. So that's why we recommend getting in while you can. I see you, Sasha. Money I have mastered. Love is next. Yes, Sasha is one of my amazing clients who has done multi-millions. What is the current amount of millions you're at now? Give a little inspo to money people that are sitting in the background. Give a little inspo to the money people. 5.5 million and counting. I love that. Literally love it. It's amazing. I hope this live was super helpful to individuals and that you have the ability to learn from it and to apply it. Because at the end of the day, that's all I want for individuals, is to continue to be the coach that just facilitates the most success out here in these streets. So I hope you have to evolve and elevate just like you teach your clients to do. Absolutely. I literally do. I hope you guys come back to this live. There was a lot of golden nuggets in here, and I just hope to see you guys very, very soon. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your evening.